Good evening, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to your Monday night community race. We are here to give one final send off for the community at large playing these brackets flags. We got featured Poydrak, Kinda Nerdy Housewife, Commander Leonard, and Rex Raoul tonight. Up in the booth with me, it's the legendary Rivers McCown. Rivers, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Excited to commentate with you and learn how to play flags.
I was actually going to ask you that same question. This is a pretty interesting flag set. What important insight? How would you play this? No.
Yeah, very interesting concept there, actually. So actually, one thing I want to talk about is, when it's a bigger race, you're going to see a lot more gamble plays when people trying to get ahead. So can you tell me your top 5 gambles, Endon?
Always fight whoever's in Feymarch. Doesn't matter if it'll take you about 12 or 15 minutes to get through. If you can do it, you absolutely should. Doesn't matter how much time and resources it takes. Always do the Penguinator Tower Special, just the bottom half. Don't worry, it doesn't matter what boss is up there. There's never anything of value at the Lugae spot. And of course, Sheila never has the goods. Not Sheila, not even once.
Not even one.
But yeah, we have roughly, give or take, about 20 racers in here tonight. So you can't just play to one opponent like we've been able to all tournament long. You're going to have to make a big risk like that, or just, galaxy brain the right path to win outright. But every bit of knowledge helps. How do you like a Cecil Tella? You think you're going to fade ordeals this time?
Probably not, but the early Magma Key does at least give our runners some extra chest to check. Makes the guidance a little bit easier than it could be otherwise.
Yeah, no one's going to have to worry about a rude hook boss and hoping you have all the tools to get through. But this is going to really open things up on that gambling front, just to have the entire underworld open. We're not all going to be funneled in at the same, 40, 45 minute mark. There's going to be some variety happening here, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I think you definitely got to make sure you grind that Dark Knight Cecil right away as soon as you can. So if you happen to listen to this back, Invenerable, just make sure you get advice.
We have Pan, 2, Sheila, we have Forge, we have Palom, we have D-Lunars, and Pink Tail Trade. We are using the community race layout, so maybe we'll see if we can get a command on Moobot to help keep track of that for everyone. But that's going to be... We're going to need a lot of key items this seed. We need a hook, a pink tail, a legend sword, an adamant, and a pan. Oh my goodness, that is a lot.
We got Rosa Bay in the inn, surrounded by orbs. Wow, it's just like Tower of Zod all over again.
Befriending your threatening enemies. Had a bad experience once, but they're all good now. Rosette and Orbs, best of friends. Uh-oh, stream come back.
Fine here. So, got NH says thoroughly looted Baron. Commander Leonhardt, Rex Raoul, and Poydrak all pretty much went right for that magma dive. Hopefully get to see some divergence here between Feymarch and Sylph Cave, but I'm assuming everybody's going to go to Feymarch right away if they're going to go underground this early.
Oh yeah, you get at least one free key item if it's anything that unlocks a character somewhere, a sand ruby, or even a package that'll give you someone really good to add to the team. You don't have to just trudge through with the early Tella DKC combo.
Seeing a poison axe already out of here. And looks like the trap chest is the bottom right in the second room.
I am a little bit Oh, Scala beat me to it. I'm over here trying to update commands and stuff. Scala's too strong. It's really not fair.
And we're seeing a couple of resets here. K&H giving us actually the tour of the world. I've already found some mute arrows, but unfortunately with this party, not a lot you can do damage-wise. We're going to check that the Hoppa Hobbs boss anyway, it looks like.
We do
So we
find
got a big bomb.
Poitrak finds the Black Sword, the Deathbringer, best weapon for Dark Knight Cecil here in the bowels of the Feymarch Cave. Very great weapon. It actually is like the key to putting a Dark Knight Cecil in play in the overworld. So if we don't get a bonus character anytime soon, this'll be the heavy character for the heavy carry for the entire overworld.
Looks like we've got a Leviathan on the top of Hobbs' Garlatella, and that was roundly ignored by KNH.
Yeah, it's a decent source of XP, but the thing is that Tella doesn't really need it, and DKC, it doesn't matter too much, because you're going to upgrade him anyway. So, pretty easy skip there, unlike if you had a mage, perhaps, and you wanted to actually get some spells going on.
Poitrak picking up the Artemis arrows out of that Feymarch early chest. That is something that neither of the two characters can use right now. But we do have a Rosa in the seed, so promising later on.
Oh yeah, outclassing every other arrow in the game, doing quadruple damage versus dragon types. Wonderful find that we've not seen a lot of in the Fabul Gauntlet, I think. It popped up a few times the last few weeks, but not nearly as often as back in Zima Sound.
You just got to keep opening the chest, and that's what I'm telling you.
KNH actually looting the Vanilla Charm Harp room, getting a Soma drop. Love to have a Soma drop with a Tella, bumping it from 90 to 100 MP. Lets you get 4 weeks off, lets you get, just generally more spell utility, but getting that extra week is super nice.
We've got a free king boss here with that Bahamut, so you could starve your way through that, although kind of debatable if you want to do it right now because experience to go to TKC and Tella, who largely, as you said earlier, don't need it.
Yeah, and I also wonder how many Starvels we started with, because that spot does have 35,000. So if your Starvels drop off too soon, you're going to burn through all of them before you burn through those HP.
You can kind of life juggle it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's really more going to come back here or not, because I figure most of these runners aren't going to be that hanging the entire seed.
I mean, again, we have a pack of 20. We talked about those kind of gambles that you'll have to make. I'm very excited to find out after the race if someone just went for that at the 6-minute mark.
And KNH has found the bonus round.
Ooh, very nice. Antlion giving us a twofer today. Can I get a Rivers recall in the chat for that stone spell?
Oh, recall. You're such a good spell.
Get excited about rolling one of the 5%ers, but it wasn't Virus.
So it looks like Commander Leonhardt going to do the Silk Cave. I think Poitrak already triggered that as well.
Poitrak going full meme on us. Are we going to get a talk to the Job Dwarf? An intelligence specialist. Fancy.
Maybe he should be doing comp.
And although that one big bomb helped KNH out a lot with this fight, really showing the limitations of a starting DKC and starting Tella here. 40 damage a swing with a Shadow Sword. The second stone coming out of recall. Oh, if only this were a K-Trap seed and we were landing these in Evelyn Castle. Wow. Lucky and unlucky all at once.
Poitrak did find a lot of good weapons in the Tamra shop here. Found an Elven Bow, found some Mute Arrows. So we are set up pretty well for that Rosa whenever we get her. It's just a matter of actually getting her.
Yeah, and she is currently the only spot we know the week coming out. All these mighty spells coming out of the old man in a fight where they do you absolutely no good.
The only Samurai arrows out of Airline Cave, but we do have that bonus round still, so not out of the question that we have some value here.
Absolutely. The that's just it's so ridiculous to see both Stone, and Weak all out of that. But yeah, we've not even seen a fourth character yet, and Rosenbaron's in the only spot we know where we could even access a third one right now. But yeah, that Elven Bow, those Artemis and Samurai arrows, if we can get Bay is going to be mighty.
Poitrak picking up a cursed ring out of Dwarf Castle, so he'll like that a lot. And K&H doing the turn in here. Picking up a spoon.
Hooray. So our restreamer has rolled a little bit of a seemingly rough start for everyone tonight. They're still, that Black Sword's going to get poi dragged through a lot of these overworld spots pretty easily. But I'm not that eager to fight the orbs in Baron Inn with these two, let alone whatever's lying behind them.
Yeah, and you've already actually kind of an interesting question if you even want to burn that or save it for the CPU fight. Just given where we are right now, like you could probably save and get out of that D-miss, but probably too much time. Said already.
And Poitrak here actually committing to the fight. Again, having that Black Sword gives him a lot more damage output here. And, DKC is not the greatest, but getting these overworld levels will add up. And it may be just what you need to get through ordeals or through those Baron Inn fights.
You love to see the free bosses put in easy spots, right? And then that's what you like?
Oh yeah, I want nothing. Can we just get an oops all Ogopogos flag set going forward? I just want a moon full of pasta. That's my dream.
Stabilities are endless.
And Rexerl also snagging, I believe that was a heroin robe in the Sylph Cave. I have never wanted to add a Rosa to my team as badly as I do looking at this seed.
That's how I feel every seed, though.
Legit. But yeah, heroin robe, elven bow, Artemis arrows. Just if you can get through that one Baron Inn fight, Rosa's just going to clean the entire seed up.
Leviathan appeared to not like that Poitrak plan of attack very much at all.
Oh, and also a Gungnir Spear for Rex. Sylph Cave really paying dividends right now for him.
The chest on the way here for sure. K&H finally dropping that magma key down the well. 9 minutes behind everybody else, but did complete Antlion. Did already see that Leviathan and move out of it. Did turn in the D-Mist and checked a few of the bosses.
Yeah, so we're getting cross coverage from a lot of people now. Next 3 options on the menu for all of us to excitedly wait with bated breath are, of course, Fabul. You can get a free item from Sheila right now. A lot of these racers went right to Antlion when they could have just talked to her and maybe gotten something of value since they talked with Yang in the Sylph Cave. So she's an option. This team might be able to get through the fight on Fabul. The first fight on Ordeal should be doable. The back attack's the one to really watch out for here. And then the orbs in the inn. But maybe there's another one of these freebies behind it. We've not seen King Queen Eblin yet, have we?
Yeah, the orbs, I think really you want to see what's behind the orbs no matter what at this point. Just given how many good Rosa things we've seen already.
Oh, King Queen were in Waterfall, sorry. I know we'd seen Water Hag. When we were talking about free bosses, I didn't realize who the other one had been that we'd spied was. Whoops. On the bright side, though, that is a decent chunk of free XP if you just want to get a few more levels on your DKC.
It's always a good seed when you're talking about getting levels on that DKC.
I mean, we couldn't make it easy on everyone tonight. You and I have to sit through this flag set a few more times, but this is everyone else's last chance to really savor it, you know?
Just drink it in. Drink in the reason why there were only 30 people who made the bracket and me did not.
Poitrak has completed the Demas. Leonard also about to get the... Gonna be able to eat his Wheaties now. Very exciting. Samurai arrows and a spoon. The goodies we were all looking for. Now, I am curious if we're going to see a situation here where any of our racers actually make the hike to talk to Sheila before activating the Fabul fight. Because, again, if anyone who didn't get that black sword has to be feeling really, really iffy about the team right now.
Well, what are you going to get from that actually helps you out that much, I guess, is the real question.
Yeah, really just Sand Ruby package, Darkness Crystal Hook, anything that gives access to a character would be what I'd be hoping for. But even then, probably best to just take your licks and see what's there. I don't know. Well, while we are getting these repeated cross-checks, you want to tell the folks what we've settled on for our schedule this week for the finals? You are lighting up, but I am not hearing what you're putting down. Hey, Restream up in the booth, are y'all hearing Rivers, or is it just me who's lost him? Okay, gotcha. So we heard a little pop, and Rivers, we are not getting anything from you. Okay, we'll see if he comes back. Rivers, are you with us? Uh-oh. You're still lighting up, but there's no sound coming through. Well, we'll be back with Rivers in a moment. While we wait, though, seeing that Boreas thrown by Poidrak to clear out the Mylon zombies, now it's just the little version of the Earth Fiend. And my stream has frozen. Well, that's funny. The timer is running, but all my video captures on screen have frozen. Dathis, everything okay in the booth, sir? Okay, chat. It looks like it's us and a story time. Nah. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
What did I mess up now?
Hey, there we go. Okay. Rivers, I don't think that's you. All the streams died too. But apparently chat can hear us. So while Dathis is getting the streams restarted and replaying, Rivers, we can hear you now. Welcome back.
Can you believe Invenerable had to take me out? He was so jealous of my hot commentary.
It's just too spicy to bear. I'm already burning over here from some salsa I made earlier. Didn't need the Rivers added to it.
So yeah, earlier what you were saying earlier was, hey, talk about the schedule. So I think we rescheduled for 9 on Thursday for game one.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
9 Eastern on Thursday.
Yeah, 9 Eastern on Thursday is the first match. That is what 20. Wait, no, I have that set to 10 Eastern. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong, didn't I? What did we say? We're really good at this, Chad.
We are amazing and not at all tired.
Okay, no, 10 Eastern's what we said. So 10 Eastern Thursday, and appealing to the West Coast viewer base and avoiding some storms. And then the weekend ones are a little more suited to our Euro viewers and East Coasters. When are those?
Yeah, right, we got those for 2 Eastern on Saturday and Sunday, respectively.
Yeah. And based on how things are lit up, Poidrak either got that hook from Sheila 1 or from the actual fight. Can't say for sure. But this is good news for him, because he will be able to maybe get a third character on the team.
I believe in Sheila 1.
Got Leonhardt back, also picking up the hook. And yeah, even with that black sword, Poydrak is definitely eager to round this team out a bit, heading straight for that cave.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can play him with this team. Even just somebody to suck up some hits would be nice right now, as we try to get through that CPU and Baron and 2 fight.
And we have Life and Light back on Rex's corner. Looks to be, oh, God, his inventory is stacked with the goodies. If only he had someone to use them.
Hey, he can go get Paladin Cecil and get that crystal shield up whenever he wants.
Poydrak peeking all the shops here. Hey, there's the Ogre Axe, but whew, that is one of the things that this Escorter has taught me. If you want to get that weapon online, you are going to have to do a lot more looting, and let's see if he can evade some Stellmen. He's definitely going the greed route here.
Oh, hey, looks like Mylon has that Fabul. What boss was on Hobbs? That was Leviathan guarding another Tella.
And with no dupes on, you can't get that bonus Old Man.
Love to see solo Tella Mylon strats here. 45 HP at a time. But Mylon only doing 1 damage per lit 1, assuming, I guess, Tella found a diamond ring there.
Yeah, that lightning resist coming in clutch here. Poydrak does find the Stillman chest, and luckily had not actually purchased anything in the shops, so it's not like you have to redo shopping, but still it made it pretty deep in the cave. He is now able to full loot with impunity, but definitely takes a couple minutes there of time loss.
The curse ring was, yeah, as I'm saying, at Pottendorf Castle, there was a curse ring in that little throughway between the item shop and the weapon armor shop. Just love to see these reflex strats on Mylon 1.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Every little bit of damage helps.
Just beautiful. And we have Fusoya hanging out at the hook with some Dark Imps.
So, Sheila 1, hook into Fusoya? Alright, yeah, that opens things up just a little bit.
You know, I think there are some 3 bosses that are going to get smited in quick order here.
This is what happens when you have a character as so drastically overpowered as Fu, so easily accessible.
If only somebody would complain about that.
I know. Now just look at how free the seat is going to be. 22 minutes in, and everyone's going to finally be able to, like, clear a 3rd key item spot? I was hoping we'd go a full 3 hours tonight. Just saying.
K&H taking down that Mylon. That was some fun strats to watch. So kudos. Get a strength point for your troubles.
I dig it. Getting creative when you have the limited resources. You go to war with the Tella you have, not the food that you want.
Until you get the food that you want. Then you're war with that food, right?
Yeah. That cursed ring, well, maybe not in the overworld, but that cursed ring suddenly it's drawn. Like, Tella's gonna feel some serious Bilbo action right here. Let me wear it.
When you said drawn, I was thinking that we were going to make an FF8 comparison, and I was really concerned because I don't know anything about that game. I quit after like 2 hours.
Poydrak, incidentally, making a cheeky little dive here. We do have a boss hunt here. We do have to find and defeat the D-Lunars. And if you're not checking this King Queen Evelyn spot right now, when on earth would you be coming back and doing it?
So, oh man, this is what you want to see here. The pale dim with no elemental anything. Thank goodness that Fu is so broken.
Hey, wait till you see him hit with this lunar stick, okay?
We're gonna see 50s, hundreds of damage per swing here. 62.
So, Rivers, you may know this better than I do. Why is the drain spell so bad? Does it? I vaguely remember people on Discord at some point having a conversation about it. Oh, there goes the leg. Some kind of conversation about it using a different spell power setup than other spells. I may be misremembering.
Yeah, no, that actually they gave the drain spell a very low spell power comparatively to even vampire, and so yeah, it's a spell that's in the game that you can use, and that's about all the good things I can say about it.
I like the additional dose of float here, just in case Peldim thinks you're about to summon something. Like, no, we don't have Iridia here, but I don't want to get a Quake anyway.
Hey, better safe than sorry. You never know who's gonna when Rady is gonna pop out of the shadows and join the party, right?
Yeah. But with that Fu edition, I feel bad for anyone who already popped their Soma drop. Not that 190 is, like 190 also appreciates the bump to 200, but the 90 to 100 also. Like I feel like if you ever are tempted to put it on your Tela, there will also be a Fu in the scene.
Would you rather have 4 weeks or 4 nukes? The choice is yours.
So Poiterac taking the time to bop this Water Hag will probably take care of King Queen Evelyn in the Waterfall too. Just trying to get a few more options on the Fu. There's a Fire 3, won't do you any good against Peltim, but will clear other things in a hurry.
My absolute favorite thing is leveling the Fu as far as he can go, running into Pale Dim somewhere where you can't cast any spells on him, and then after you win that fight, you get virus.
Yeah. If we ever were to do like a Final Fantasy IV free enterprise Jeopardy, I am really looking forward to asking everyone to name all 3 of the monsters in the game that can use the glare spell.
Are we counting elements or not?
Yeah. Elements, Ruby, and Peldim.
I was gonna say, like, is there like a monster that uses that I don't remember? It's possible.
I had forgotten that until someone's match the other day or someone's practice seed, that the big doll has a whole bunch of elemental spell counters, because in the US version, you have all of 0 elemental spells you can throw at it in that fight.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I just use Odin on them, and I don't have to think about it anymore.
Easy peasy.
All right, so Commander is through that first fight. And speaking of the dolls,
well, we'll be very thankful to have just learned that Fire 3 spell. That ought to mop them up pretty quickly.
Good job, Baka Shinobi.
Oh, crap.
I'm not saying that to call you Baka Shinobi. I'm just saying I want Baka Shinobi to know that was his fault.
I didn't even realize I'd done it. I'm like, wait, I'm over here scouring chat trying to find where Baka is. That's when I'm like, I thought Baka was actually in the. Oh, I punned. Sorry. I'm shamed. I have brought disrepute upon my entire house.
Punning and commentary. That's a punneling.
Leonhardt takes out the dolls. Ice 3 next. Even more spells you can't cast on a Peldim.
Hey, it's the same thing the Poidrac's running into right now, is it not?
Oh, but that drain spell for 276. Oh, baby.
That will make a monumental difference here, I'm sure.
Well, the good news is Leonhardt is getting a Paladin, an upgraded Tela, a Tower Key, Just everything's coming up ordeals.
Yeah, it was like the game was trying to tell you to go there or something. Who knew? And some guards.
Well, that does mean we now know it's the Kaipo officer and soldier fight hanging out at Baigen. Not that, that's something to really be too worried about.
Oh no! Don't get tinied.
Rex still feeling the burden of so much stuff in his inventory. That is one of the fun things when you have these limited character flag sets. Until you can round it out, there's just so much stuff that do I keep? Do I keep? Do I keep? And but luckily, with a Cecil, a Rosa, and a Fu, all of a sudden you don't care all that much. Like, okay, these three, we're good.
Yeah, once we go get that Rosa, which I don't think we've even seen anybody on stream like check that yet, so we don't even know who Boss 2 is.
Yeah. I think everyone trying to get a little more oomph in their Fu, and of course getting the... Oh, also lightsaber in the first chest on Ordeals. You're supposed to go the other direction. Holy Sword's at the top of the mountain.
Big fan of using Dark Wave on the dolls here. It's good to see it get some use.
I mean, the glowy part of the sword lights up to match the Fab palette. Which, this little dark night we have going on, not as spicy as some of the cinnamon red or the winter fresh blues that we get. It's not bad.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep that black sword. Gotta make sure you can sell it. Totally get you, Poydrak. Totally get you.
Maybe it's just a practice for all the times that you go there with a cursed ring. Like, I'm so happy to have the cursed ring on, and it's gone.
I haven't had that happen in a while, actually. But yeah, that is concerning.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that the one bit of non-Dark Knight gear that Dark Knight Cecil can wear is that cursed ring, and then the mountain eats it.
All right, finally, that CPU fight in our sights here. We've got nothing that goes through wall at all, but, somebody's got a spell or a weapon, right? Come on. You've looted the entire game at this point.
This is why you put the Soma drop on Tella instead of Fu, because you can use Media. Swag rocks all the way down.
I mean, I'll never say a bad word about those, but...
Oh, and Leonard hadn't equipped or backroad the Cecil yet, so...
We got Artemis arrows, we got ice brand, we got some options here.
Did not pick up an elfin bow like some racers did, but the great bow with Artemis arrows and middle spot ought to be enough to get through here. We'll see.
As I've always said, the great...
Sorry.
As I've always said, the great bow is always fine.
The okay bow, the mediocre bow, the why did I spend money on this bow? And the old men proceed to show Cecil, no projectiles. You just beat it with a stick and it goes down.
Gotta get Squall, is his name. Gotta get Squall in training here. You should know that people from FF8 can't beat up anything. Here's a Dark Elf.
Not so bad. At least we ran into something that these big Fu spells will actually have an impact on.
And hey, if that great bow with the Artemis lands, that will hit the quad bonus here.
Pretty big if. Oh, that damage though. The
dominant.
Yeah, so our objectives tonight, we have a lot of things that we just can't do yet. No sign of a pan. We don't have a legend or a shiny rock to go with it. Palom being in the seat is good news. Love to see a Palom. D-Lunars, who knows? And the Pinktail, well, we did get the hook at least. So not so bad on that front, but long ways to go yet.
A long ways to go in Baron Inn as well.
Hey, the good news, Renoa has joined the team. Wait.
This naming scheme is totally throwing me off.
Well, I'm just imagining Rosa, instead of firing arrows now, actually has Saint Bernards that she launches with her bow. Don't ask the mechanics of it. Just imagine Saint Bernard flying at your face.
I'm imagining this right now. I will let you know my feelings in 2 minutes. Which is, by the way, exactly how long it will take K&H to get through this tailed in fight.
Oof. You know, no joke, a buddy of mine used to have he had a YouTube video saved in his playlist of a forest full of like 30 or 40 St. Bernards all panting. And this was like before ASMR really took off, but it I don't know. It was a very disconcerting noise to hear, like 40, 100-pound dogs all just making that sound simultaneously.
How many of them were playing poker, though?
We'll be here all week, folks.
I've stunned him into silence, as I planned always. So Commander going to take that tower key, go right up the tower. Does have 2 key items. It is kind of an iffy party right now, but guess gambling on that food to just take care of all sins.
Yeah, well, Poitrak, meanwhile, from that Baron Inn fight, doesn't just get his Rosa, also gets Nuke on the Foo. So, really ready to be sweeping through foes with that spell. And yeah, the tower here will have one relatively free fight in the cannon room, and the one upstairs, well, mixed bag. We'll have to see what we get. I do like this play a little bit too, because you'd kind of expect to see, like, the kind of vanilla routing is, do Dwarf Castle next. But, tower? You get the twofer?
Hey, that's a great place to bury that Kainatsu, though.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves to see that.
What's, how much HP is here? Like 450, 600 or so? What's 600 divided by 20? It is not a very big wave. He's splashing in the kiddie pool tonight.
Puddles.
Puddles McOwned. Zap. Hey, Rivers, what did the Lightning 2 say to the face? Zap.
All right.
All right.
Now we're even.
So I'm really hoping someone here will. I'm really hoping to see someone make the play for that Bahamut fight. Now we have a fuller party. You can get a big XP in one swoop to get that Rosa online, and I think it's the real cheeky play that the seed deserves when you're up against a full pack of 20. But I don't know. I miss the.
Did Commander learn Nuke there or not? Because I know Poitrak has it already.
I honestly missed it. But if he did, he'll have a much better time with whatever this is.
And let's tell you all about what this is. It is the entire Fabul Gauntlet, folks.
Okay, maybe Quake would be the better option here.
Exactly what you want when you have exactly one attacker is that fight with the Stoneman right off the bat.
Well, it does have Ice 3, though, which, yeah, they have really high magic defense, so you want to high roll it, but at least you can hit the weakness.
What if you just casted weak, though?
That's everything's weakness.
Meanwhile, we got Poitrak doing some shopping. K&H is finishing up the top of ordeals. Probably on her way to the inn that Rex Raul is at right now as well.
That Fire 3 doing under 400 on one, under 700 on the other. That is one of my favorite things about the addition of the Alt Gauntlet to the game, is all of a sudden all these, vanilla monsters that we've never had to deal with in Free Enterprise, there's now even more vanilla knowledge that you can be rewarded with.
I just want you to know, in case you were curious, that Stone Man is going to resist Petrify.
What?
Yep.
I mean, K&H's Tella only knows how to cast stone, apparently.
Well, I mean, it's used to casting it on things that it can't hit anyway, so why not?
Fair enough.
But yeah, that Stone Man, weak to ice, as Edmund pointed out, also is a giant by race, technically.
So, Ogre Axes, Poison Axes, Charm Arrows, they'll all do you some favors here, too. Also, you know that alerts have really, really, really high magic defense? It's a little brutal.
Yeah, you kind of want to weak those with this party, I feel like, but, or you could just fight more Stonemen. Your call.
And chat calling out a Sid in the Kaipo bed. So we know 6 of the characters available to see. There's the 4 that a lot of racers have already. Palom is out there somewhere. He's an objective. Sid's in the bed. There will be a number 7 somewhere, but definitely very generous on the character front in the long run after a pretty rude early game with just that DKC and Tella.
In my brain right now, I'm definitely, if I'm playing the seat, I'm definitely like, the way this thing's been, Palom's definitely a giant, right? Like, there's no way he's not a giant.
Yeah, and you're gonna hope, I would love to slingshot this kid. I would love to get Nuke in, just one fight, and then he's not gonna be anywhere to be found.
So Poidrak is pressing Dwarf Castle first here as a level 9 Cecil, and gonna meet the bouncy tentacles of Octomam.
This spot will hit hard and fast, but we do have both Nuke and Lightning 3 on that Foo. So, advantage Poidrak, but how much XP are you going to get for the rest of your team?
Yeah, you definitely want that Cecil to survive. Kind of surprised you didn't get back road and armored up here for this.
Not even scrolling to the Lightning 3, just nope, we're nuking. Let's go.
Had an Ogre Axe. Switching out that Ogre Axe. Maybe? No. Looking for the Thor Rage.
That 8
Boom.
Damage, yeah. That would only done a 4 if it weren't for the weakness, yeah.
Cecil from way downtown, bang!
No, I get what Poidrak's actually doing there. Each hit you add onto Octomam, once you do the first 3, then every 2 thereafter slows it down. And if you don't trust your low-level Cecil with the Ogre Axe to connect, Thor Rage is not going to miss.
Uh-oh, Commander had to reset there. Lost the Foo.
Ooh. We're going to see a second attempt? No. Just hoofing it out, not going to take the gamble to eating the time loss. Going to seek better pastures, maybe whatever that tower key item actually blocked.
Yeah, if Commander's lucky, he will never have to do that fight anyway. If he's extremely unlucky, I mean, that's probably going to be the last thing he ever comes back and do. So, just kind of a measured risk at this point.
Yeah, you don't want to walk back up that tower. Ugh, Mom Bomb. That's kind of one of the nastier fights to find. And we have our 7th character!
Oh, baby.
Edward in the seed.
Just the seed you want to see him in, too. The one where you're like a million items from go mode.
So, Mom Bomb at the spot. Why does she suck so bad, Rivers?
Because Mom Bomb has a lot of HP in any spot that Mom Bomb is in, and once she blows up here, it will make the fight take longer. Unless you had another thing you wanted to add to that.
No, that's pretty much it. Oh, and also the punches here are considerably worse than the magic attack. That explode does nearly nothing there, but the punches were coming out pretty rudely. Leonard gets the Earth Crystal from the Penguinator Half Tower special. So we're going to see a T-Pro treasury loot here, and then maybe some better characters than Edward.
Poydrak tried to get a little cheeky with that stone there. All those bombs are still alive, and they are hurting that party right now.
More Gungnir. Defense sword, very nice. Not the most exciting treasure we've seen. A bunch of stuff for Kane, who we know is not in the seed. Well, the defense sword is a pretty good piece of gear for Cecil as well.
I just hate how broken this thing is. I mean, every time you come in, you pop out with a defense sword, and it changes the entire game.
It's overpowered. Please nerf. Please nerf. Can I just have nothing but Tellas every seed? That's all I really want.
So Poydrak getting through that fight just barely, and will now claim a Dwarf Castle reward. I mean, outside of Edward, of course, who was the real reward for everybody.
I mean, look, we're going to run into a nasty Odin required somewhere, and then kill it anyway without using hide strats. And then you'll see just how...
Edward, the original Thunderclaw. Picking up that Sand Ruby, though, so access to Sid, that might move you, maybe? I don't know. He's fine.
Yeah, he's okay. And you get a free heal while you're there, which, you know, I've taken that spot sometimes before, not even because I could take the... Well, sometimes it's to take the character, other times it's just, hey, I don't want to spend a cabin right now. Can you, y'all help me out?
Listen, I'll pay you in Sand Ruby. That's the only thing I have. Ignore all the GP.
You know, we've have kind of a shortage of key items going this seed, and the ones we do have, well, I don't know, Leonhardt may be on some meaningful chain here, but it's looking like we might finally have a seed where the moon is not completely haunted.
Moon's vaunted, as I always say.
I am shocked.
Value in Cape Bahamut, as I always say.
Do as you say, maybe sometimes as you do.
What else can I throw out here that we can follow for the next week?
Always sealed.
Oh no, I actually believe that one.
Okay.
All right, we've got the elements hanging out here. Very nice spot for them, knowing that you have that foo with what? Wall? You're gonna cast wall? Okay. Being a little safe here, probably. Fire 3 probably wipe this out right away.
I like to imagine that Leonhardt is taking specific efforts to give the crowd leg. You could just burn through this with any number of spells. You got nuke, you got fire. Well, actually, does he not have nuke? Okay, never mind. But if the crowd wants leg, well, they're still not getting it. Dang! Leonhardt.
I believe that would qualify for a you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. Got nuke online, though, so that's good for him.
You do love to see a nuke. K&H having a little bit more success than Commander did up there at the Off Gauntlet. Taking these alerts out with nuke. That that definitely makes things easier, doesn't it?
It's a good spell. I stand by it. Well, Leonhardt will now know that it is a Mom Bomb at Golbez. And just a foo up here, still no sign of that required Palom yet. This is turning out to be a pretty spicy gauntlet spot. Lots of racers having a little bit of struggles with it.
Yeah, this one is one where you need some more kind of advanced knowledge, I guess, because these enemies we're not used to dealing with, of course. And there are no characters of anything that we didn't already have in Earth Crystal, so unfortunate.
Poydrak Sid, by the way, showing off that quadruple damage versus machinery that you get from the hammers. And speaking of robots, we got some Dr. Dialogue up here in the Vanilla Valhalla spot.
So Poydrak is actually looting this actively. Kind of interesting play here. Definitely, you're seeing the desire to get a better weapon for our Diesel, as he is on the stream.
Yeah, may be a little annoyed with his decision once he does get his hands on the Earth Crystal. There's always that moment of excitement thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to get an Excalibur or a Crystal Sword. So we'll have to wait and see if it gets any meaningful value here. We know that Ninja Blade he got won't do a thing. No edge in the seed.
Money Sword.
Zeus Gauntlet's ain't bad.
Nobody's complaining about Zeus Gauntlets.
Lugay says something, real fight, eats a nuclear warhead to the face, and fades away. Very important, of course, Rosa now knows the exit spell, making her truly the superior white mage in every facet.
Ooh, and KNH takes a wipe to the All Gauntlet, and also going to leave just like Commander, so... still don't know on stream what pays off here at the top tower.
Well, the tower key at least ends up resulting in a required item. We do see the adamant ore on Leonhardt's screen, so everyone's at least going to have to do the half tower play. But, oh, also Poydrak losing out at the gauntlet. The alt gauntlet flag that we were so happy to add to the Fabul gauntlet, tournament is kicking some teeth in tonight.
We've got Rex doing Dwarf Castle. Commander shopping in Dwarf Castle. Probably about to do Dwarf Castle as well. Don't believe we have the Edward yet on his screen. Nope. And KNH about to be paid off with that Earth Crystal.
Which, although required, still gives us a dead end ultimately. So progression forward in the seed is going to be either through one of the two Feymarch fights or that gauntlet that everyone is getting tripped up by.
Have you ever run a seed of this where there was like a required Bahamut in Feymarch that you forgot about?
Probably, but honestly, at this point, I've run so many seeds that if you are making a specific reference, it's all just one giant morass in my brain. I'm sorry.
I think that was the first pizza match.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Who knows who knows any of these seeds anymore?
I apologize. I will keep the memes in my head for about 3 days, and then I just try to internalize the actual lesson and move on. I am notorious for once having run the same submitted seed 1 week apart and not realizing it until I was about an hour and a half into it. Like, it was one that 2 people had done as a pickup racer and async, and they each sent it to me. And I did it one Sunday, and then I did it the next. I'm like, this seems so familiar. So no, brain of a goldfish. I'm helpless. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Poydrak also trying to use stone on the stone men. Surprisingly, it did not work.
Hey, you never know unless you try, right?
It does have that ogre axe going though, so that made quick work of those things at least. We might actually get to see the key item out of here if we're lucky.
Oh yeah, and I was wrong. Poydrak didn't take a wipe. He had alerts on screen because he was looting everything. I got a little conflated.
I told you he was looting, man. Come on, just listen, man.
Looting and scooting. And that Zerk on that Sid to one-shot the alerts, definitely have an easier time with those than everyone else did.
The true value of Sid, folks. We found it right here.
Engineers. They break stuff.
I actually do like Sid a lot in these flags, though. But generally, he winds up being the anchor in the end game.
I mean, fantastic chemist. Just, yeah, I'll just sit through a couple of big bangs. Don't worry about me. I got y'all. I got y'all covered.
What are you talking about? Pour him 1400 HP? Who cares? I got life potions. I'm good for it.
And Tofu, our greatest foe.
Oh, you killer tofu.
I like to imagine that Fu Soya considers Tofu Soya his greatest nemesis. I don't know. I got nothing.
I got good news for you. Stone has come out again.
Oh baby.
I'm gonna look up if Chimera can actually get hit by stone. I'm actually curious now.
And I'm pretty sure they are resistant to fire. It looked like Sid's Earth Hammer there only did half damage, a paltry 255. So they definitely have various and sundry resistances.
Hey, you actually can petrify chimeras. Look at that.
Oh, cool. Well, they don't
They're
care much
resistant
about
to like everything else, though.
Poydrak revealing that both parts of Tower are required. Legend Sword up here too. If he chases that Earth Crystal, he will very soon be able to forge up. Get an Excal for his trouble. Great weapon for Cecil, second best for him in the game. But that means progression is now completely gated somewhere in Feymarch. No fading it tonight. I'm kind of rooting for the Root Asura to have it rather than that relatively free Bahamut.
If I can have some chat Fs for the value in the Troya Treasury. It's been a rough couple minutes for that Troya Treasury.
I'm looking forward to the time someone just low rolls miserably and they just go through. It's like 10G, 30G, 10G, 490G. What?
I don't think I've ever seen anything that bad, but could be possible. Who knows? I'll let it hang out there.
So that is really good news for Poydrak on screen. Pretty bad news for other featured runners. Like you said, it's very unlikely anyone goes back there anytime soon. If you've already had the time loss of going all the way up the tower, getting a little bit dunked on, and walking back down it, you're not eager to go back there. And if you go Feymarch, we know you're going to find pathways leading forward, ultimately to the moon. So we may be in for the long haul on our racers getting that Legend Sword tonight.
Long haul in the tourney, long haul in the commentary booth. You know how it is.
Yeah.
He sounded sad, but he wasn't actually sad.
I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's been really good times. It's been really tense times. I always talk about how the adrenaline, like nothing gets my adrenaline going like the first 5 minutes right before a race starts. Just the nerves, the jitters. It's so fun. But I'm definitely glad that we. I like our timing. I like the roughly 3-month window. It's been a wonderful 3 months. But yeah, it's good to have the upcoming little break from tournament mode as well.
So Poydrak is going to turn in that Earth Crystal, get his adamant. It looks like pretty much all of our runners are going to meet up in short order in the Feymarch at this point, right? Like, I'm not missing anything else.
Yeah, not a whole lot of other options on the plate. We didn't really have any spot that truly branched off for them. It wasn't a situation where you like do Baron and, you know, in the basement you get the Luca key and in the other spot you get the Darkness Crystal or anything. Like, for a Magma Key seed, this is remarkably linear.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who's ever had 3 straight objectives come out of Baron and 1 seed. That sounds crazy to me.
I do remember that one. That one's recent enough. Not forgotten that.
Voidrak throwing away the cursed ring. That is a hot take.
He may know either where they're for sale or he may still have one actually equipped. It's such a meaningful decision there to actually throw one out in that menu that I can't see it being a case of, Poidrak overlooking something. But, it could be wrong. I would just be shocked. He's such a good racer.
He is really good, yes. Made the top 32, played Moonblaze Wolf in the first round, I believe, and that was a less than a minute and a half finish apart, something like that.
Oh yeah, super close match after having great success in Swiss, going 4-1, only taking a loss to me in week 5. Just so many great racers this tourney that I'm glad that we're back to having the community races. We get to have everyone showcase a little more often. We aren't doing the Friday night one this week, but next week we'll get those going on for those of you who may have, later commitments, West Coast or otherwise. So be looking for those to start coming back at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Randomania Network starting next week.
I'm always impressed by every time we run a tournament how many people start getting much, much better at the game. And it's something that just continually happens. And I'm always kind of blown away at, like 2 years ago, nobody did Eddie strats. Now it's like one of those things where if you don't do them in a quarterfinal match and it's like kind of important, everybody's like, oh, nobody knows the Eddie strats. What?
Well, and the other thing too that again, while we're getting a little bit of crisscross applesauce on our racers, that another thing that I really like is the changes that you really spearhead each year, whether it's, rebalance of in-game economy, new flag distributions, just to, make things have both the accessible and the competitive aspects. Those competitive changes, again, gives everyone the chance to learn a few things anew, adjust, like with this T-Pro. When it first came out, there was a whole lot of scrambling for Evelyn Castle checks. I don't think we've seen anyone do that a single time in brackets. I've not watched every match, but it's one of those things that is more a rarity than what is initially thought. Oh, of course, this is going to be the new meta. Just it evolves, and it's really cool to see.
I have seen, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 people do that in bracket flags, but I think you should do it on Thursday night. I think it would be great.
Give me a Start Kane and I'll consider it. Start Kane. Yeah, just give us one jumpy boy and we'll see if I can fetch a defense sword or a Gungnir out of there.
So Poidrak is about to get the news that he's got a text boss coming up. K&H is about to get the news that she's going to be dealing with Mom Bomb, everybody's favorite. And now we've got Rex trying to deal with the Stonemen on top here. This is actually, as pointed out earlier, this is kind of a deceivingly tough fight because not really a lot of physical attack on this team at this point.
Oh yeah, and as this Ice 2 may reveal, okay, it did decent damage. I've had a situation here where I was doing a Cataseed with an early Yang and Palom, and I was trying to come in here and farm Stonemen off of one of the alerts. And so I have all these free turns. I bluff Palom to send that magic attack all the way up. And the first time I cast Ice 2, boom, thousands of damage. Second time I cast it, it was like, 20 damage. And I learned some important lessons about how magic defense works in this game that day.
Looks like Commander refuses to be a slave to the top of tower narrative and actually is going back right away.
Your Fu is very, very powered up now. You've got some pretty great gear from the treasury. I'm a little surprised. Again, you feel rough doing this because of the earlier time loss, but this time not even saving in the 7th floor save room, just going headlong for it, which is really good news for Leonhard.
The feel when you can't run in that fight when after Luge's already said something. It's just not good. It's just not good at all.
Well, it doesn't take a lot to take him down. Nice thing about fighting Lugae here is you do get a full heal after this, so you don't have to worry about manually cleansing the poison or anything. And Poijak's going to get even better news because he's going to have an X-Cal on his hands within the next few minutes.
And so we know that it was Bahamut in the king spot, and I believe it was a vanilla Ashura in the other one.
Correct. So although that X-Cal is going to be nice, the better damage option for Poitrak would probably be to put the Artie arrows and the Elven bow on Cecil. Get that Artemis arrow attack power, get the quadruple damage against mages. It's always fun when the X-Cal or the Crystal Sword aren't actually your best source of damage.
Well, I mean, I can't blame him if he goes in there with those on either, because, you know, equip time. But yeah, it's about to get cracking on Poidrak's stream.
No, we already fought Octomammoth. The Kraken's already done. We'll be here all week.
Sorry, my mic went out and my headset went out this time too. What did you say?
How about these Zeus gauntlets and sirens for sale?
Those look nice.
Well, rest of the seed looking free. Although you do have the dilemma here. You have two different sources of weak, but you also have just stacks of sirens and a Cecil who's going to be able to one-shot pretty much every egg when you have the Zeus gauntlets and the X-Cal on.
The seed is definitely telling you out loud at this point, like, hey, how about some Artemis arrows? How about some sirens? How about some weak casters? Hey, do you know that gold dragons are in this game and you can grind on them? You should do it.
I forgot about gold dragons. Oh, I was really hoping he was going to buy like 5 stacks of Zeus gauntlets there, but no. Not quite able to afford that much.
You hate to see it.
So there's an X-Cal, there's 5 sirens, there's a Zeus gauntlet, bonus Zeus gauntlet for Sid. There is finally our first objective completed all seed long. 1 hour, nearly 6 minutes. Poidrak has completed. Oh wait, he's completed 2? Oh, that 2 means he has completed the second one. Thank you, Elias. Oh, a huge shout out to Elias the Panda and Dathis handling tracking and restream tonight. Both doing an amazing job, even when the technology is wrestling against them. So thank you all so much.
And we've done a great job avoiding memes today. Let's keep it up.
So Poidrak not actually grinding yet. Figuring his team is already capable of handling these fights. You do love to see it.
Yeah, there's no reason to grind with this team with the food as it is, for sure. I mean, you want them. You might want to do blinks just to make the fight as safe as it can be, but Ashura there isn't very tough.
Well, actually, I think his Cecil might have an Aegis shield equipped, which gives him mage defense. You can just do... Nope, it's Dragoon. Okay, well, never mind. You could just do cover strats here if you have any kind of mage defense on that Cecil and put him in the back row. No need to have the entire team healed up for this fight.
Love to see Commander nuking the Chimera there.
Hey, he will have his revenge. And that Legend Sword's going to get his X-Cal online too. Actually, not all that far behind Poidrak. Had a little lead earlier, lost a little bit of it to the Gauntlet, but is definitely coming back at a very quick clip right here.
So it looks like Poidrak's going to get the Berserk on Diesel going, and we've got 7 Star Veils. Do you want anybody to not survive this fight if you're Poidrak?
It depends entirely on if he actually did throw away that curse ring. If he still has a curse ring, then it doesn't matter. Everyone can live. It's not an issue. And I think with the purchase of Sirens, he's indicating he has no desire to do a D-Machine grind. So slingshotting also not really an issue. So probably just let the chips fall where they may.
I'm totally cool with Tilla setting this one out for sure.
I kind of like getting a stupidly overleveled Tella who hits that 1200 HP mark just to guarantee he can survive the first nerf to Big Mac.
True. I mean, if you have the cursed ring, it's probably not that bad anyway.
Yeah. If he has dumped that cursed ring, then oh yeah, kill him off. Tella hit. He's spry for an old man. He's very spry.
And we get the Luca key, so potentially even more chains abound. Probably going to see that the Shuriken taking that next, though.
It's looking like we're not gonna see a save, which I am a fan of. Yeah, that's another thing that I love seeing more and more racers do, and that is not safety saving. Even after, like, let's just go into this fight with 1 HP on. This is fine. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, interestingly enough, well, actually, it doesn't matter now. I think when they find darkness, they will have 10 key items anyway, so that'll make grinding real easy.
Yeah, the main. So we both encountered seeds fairly recently where the required boss fight you're looking for is on the giant. And I wonder if some kind of confirmation bias will bait our racers there, even with these readily available sirens. Just the prospect of, what if my D-Lunars are on the giant? Maybe I should go there anyway.
I mean, the good news with that one though is it's not like a tough check at all. You're already there grinding anyway, so it doesn't really lose you that much time once you eat the initial 60 seconds to get in, maybe.
Yeah. But the sirens are the big temptation to drag everyone away from it. Like, who needs giant? KNH has also gotten that legend sword. Everybody about to be partying in the Fame March.
Jack was the first of the party. He'll probably be the first to leave after this. These X-Cow shenanigans finish off here.
Reflecting nukes, swinging with Zeus Gauntlet, I believe Black Belt Gi, X-Cow swings. I'm surprised Asura's even still standing at this point. Won't be much longer.
Fun fact, I guess. Let's go with that. Fun fact. The Ashura in this fight originally does not cast Life 1 in the Japanese version. Has a totally different script there.
Oh, really? What does she do there?
I believe it is the Protect spell.
Oh, yeah. And since that was removed from our version of the game, I get it. Well, except for the Breath and the Mind fights in the Moon. Don't they still cast it, or is that Shell that they still cast? One or the other.
Yeah, I think it's Shell. But yeah, either way, it's mostly removed, and they missed a few spots.
Poitrak did for a moment there forget which of his characters had the reflect status, and did pop a blink onto Asura, slowing the fight down just a hair. Casting blink on an enemy to keep a Zerker from hitting it. Who does that? KNH also picking up a stack of sirens. Gonna probably purge the inventory for some of those Zeus gauntlets to boot. Plus 10 strength, plus 7 vitality is very nice.
Down goes Asura.
So everything except that Silk Cave cleared. What does Asura have? Well,
I heard you like fetch quests.
love fetch quests. So remember how I thought something important might be on the moon? Forget I said anything. At this point, I'm convinced everything is just going to be on Earth.
That never happens in any races. I don't know what you're talking about.
Moon's haunted. Moon's haunted. Poitrak's actually going to peek the cave first before doing the rat tail. I kind of like this. We do know we have to turn in a pink tail as one of our objectives, so if it's here, you save yourself a little bit of flight time.
And if it's darkness, you were coming here anyway, so.
Yep. Exon asking in the chat, anyone actually ever find a Cecil weapon? Well, a bunch of people have forged Excaliburs at this point. And there was a defense sword in the Troya treasury, so not too shabby.
And a light sword on no deals.
Yeah. Ogre axes for sale.
The field and the Zeus Gauntlet cost too much money.
I think it's very fairly priced. As long as you're not trying to buy a stack of 5.
Listen, you were the one who named all your characters Quint, okay?
Quint. Yeah, and then... Oh, you mean I can reflect spells with 3 characters? Okay. Can we get a magical version of Zerking that just repeatedly casts Nuke and Holy without having to enter buttons? That'd be great.
You can not get that.
Okay. Also, 20 Sirens. KNH saying, no, I don't think I'm going to fight a D-Machine this seed. Don't even mention it. I don't even want to think about it.
Every growing party needs a good breakfast.
Do you want to do a fetch quest? If you want to be the people's champion, you gotta take that one. And that is a spicy foe to find right here. Normal punches won't do a lot, but the Evil Wall Spot is some of the highest spell power in the game. You need to cut this Odin down before the Zentetsuken comes out, or you're gonna have a very rough time.
And this is why you don't throw away Eddie.
He would have solved everyone's problems just like that.
It would have only taken 15 minutes.
But no, with the DPS Poidrak has going on here, I can't see the actual Odin swing coming out, so not punished for skipping that bottom save. I don't know whether to be proud or disappointed.
I mean, what was there that could have actually made him regret that anyway? Just like Golbez, right?
Golbez, we've not seen Wyvern yet either, have we?
We haven't.
So at least 2 fights there that are exceptionally rude. But Odin, no trouble. Nice thing about that Twin Harp too is that if we don't get progression from the Rat Tail, well, that's another free cutscene heal.
Our restreamer Death is asking, would Lit 2 or Nuke do more damage here? Nuke probably do more damage there, yeah.
Yeah, Nuke's going to do more damage and it's going to come out faster. Lightning 3 would undoubtedly hit the quad 9 cap, but it takes, 8 ticks in combat to go off instead of the 1 of Nuke, so...
And when time is of the essence, I like spells to go off right away.
Yeah. All this warping out of Sealed Cave. Push B to jump tournament win. Just let me jump out of bounds to the left and take the easy way out.
All right, so will Commander find that, will Poidrak find that Rat Tail has the Darkness Crystal, or will he be forced, trudged, and marched into giving us music?
I mean, skipping music at this point is honestly a little terrifying, because everything else on the earth has been done. Do you leave this one little thing hanging? And the answer is no, you don't! Ninja, rap. Ninja, rap.
Why isn't that a Twin Harp song? Now that I'd listen to.
Oh, baby.
The real answer is because we get copyrighted claimed into the Stone Age, and we already get enough of that as is.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, I mean, look, if it's gonna happen anyway, we might as well actually do something to deserve it, right?
So Poidrak, running up. We're gonna get some music, and for once in our lives, we'll shut up.
Well, at least Rydia's theme isn't in the Twin Heart pool, or we'd be really, really in trouble.
Pinky promesas, baby.
And with that, all 4 of our featured racers have completed objective number 2. An hour 18 minutes in, and no one has completed a single other one. where are all these objectives?
Just so nobody feels like we're just making inside jokes here. The Rydia theme under the song "Pinky Promesas," copyright claimed, one of the Free Enterprise Channel's VODs. Most important song ever. I know you need to hear it. It is an off topic in the Discord if you need to hear it.
And you probably, chat, trust us, you need to hear it. But not right now. Because we know
now we've got a different music for you.
Yeah, and not just that, we have confirmed that it is required. We are going to be getting encore after encore after encore with the Twin Harp tunes tonight. So good luck to the restreamer, keeping up with everyone. Poi Dragon making it easy with the early lead. But we're going to chill. Enjoy the music. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Free and harps for all. That is double required.
Oh yeah. Not only did we get an amazing rendition of the Brinstar theme from Metroid, boom, our boss hunts are at an end. We have seen D Mist already, and this is D Lunars, so all Ds are done for. Won't take too long for Poidrak to burn through them. And you think we're gonna actually get the Baron key here, or are we gonna have will we finally get to go to the moon?
I mean, I hope we get the Baron key.
Rocks fall. You thought it was the Ice Age that killed the dinosaurs, but nope, it was Fusoya.
Wow, what a jerk.
There's the darkness crystal. So moon completely open, literally nowhere else we can go to on Earth. Moon is not haunted tonight. It is going to have some path that leads to our Palom and our Pan. I'm honestly a little shocked here. You know, we saw the magma key and thought it was going to be a relatively wide open seed, but everyone just got funneled through nearly the exact same pathway.
Yeah, this is the time where I look really hard at that Palom objective, and like if I'm trying to actually win this seed, I'm looking hard at that Palom objective and looking hard at the fact that if you beat the giant, you get a character, and I'm starting to be like, yeah? Now we still got to check the actual front of Moon first, but if he's not there, that's a sign to me that, you know, maybe we should just do that giant right now.
Yeah, and it'll definitely at this point with all these key items, if you chew through those 2 bosses, your team's going to be online to just blast through the moon if you do still have to fight things there. Going to end up being like, you have to have the Baron key, but it's not even Palom at Baron. It's going to be Palom at the package that you get from the Odin throne or something. Just sad trombones the entire way down.
So we've got Commander also going with the Siren grind on the eggs here. KNH just finished the Ashura fight. And Rex kind of about to hit that mark where he's going for both of them.
And Poydrak, meanwhile, is flying to the moon, gonna dance along the stars. Still one item shop left to check up here if there's some goodies you've not found yet. Cabins are the most common one I forget about. I'm like, no, we're a strong team. We can go to the bottom of the moon. I don't have cabins.
Love to toss ethers at people.
Oh,
Ether
yeah.
solve everything. Ether solve everything. Foo, you heard me. Ether solve everything.
Can I just put a saddle on a white chocobo and bring it with me? That'd be my preference.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's what Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise needs, a chocobo breeding game.
Hey, I mean, we've got that Chocobo ranch that nobody uses, right?
Bored! What are you doing?
That is another Foo. That is vanilla, which comes to nobody's surprise at this point. And also means we've got Pelham behind either Package, Baron Key, or the Giant.
Yeah, normally we like to pick on Dathis for things being vanilla here, but the only thing that matters to me right now up here in the booth is that was not a Palom. Don't care. Make it as vanilla as you want. You can go ahead and give me a Sid in Baron with this. You can give me, well, you can't give me a Kane at the end of the Giant. I want Palom in the last possible place, no matter come what else.
So just because I know that there's no chat and we're going to put this on like a YouTube or something, at this point our runners are looking for the pink tail and they're looking for Pelham. And those are the last two objectives that they will need once they're finished with the overworld.
Oh, but actually there's one more. We still have to find the pan too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, forgot about the pan.
Yeah,
See?
So got to return the pan to Sheila, got to get Palom, got to trade in the pink tail. So the question is, again, this is talking back to the gambling nature of being in a race with 19 other people. What key items do you get that you're willing to chase here? Is it just the pan you'll go chase because it's 2 freebies? Do you leave the moon as soon as you get a Baron key? Or do you have, like, as soon as I find 2 of the 3? Well, never mind, only 2. Like, is there a critical mass at which point you say, bye, and go back to Earth?
I will answer this question in exactly 1 week.
Touche, touche. It's rhetorical for you, chat. Think about what you would do.
Poydrak using these mute bells to grind on some warlocks. The hot new grind tech of the bracket flags.
Although, just opting to stone them for the quick, what is it, 86.5? Rather, 1038, pardon me. Rather than life glitching after life glitching. But that's a very speedy 100,000 XP a pop.
Hey, gets a maiden's kiss for his problems. I mean, that's for his trouble, not his problems. That's pretty good, you know. You can throw that at somebody, sure. And all 3 of Commander just finished it actually, but our other 2 runners in the Lukati cave getting that twin harp, beating Odin, enjoying themselves.
Odin heard that no one found a Thunderclaw user this seed and decided to pop up in a spicy location. But having already done the full Feymarch, everyone's pretty beefy here. And I don't think Odin's going to get any kills to his name tonight. Actually, Alt Gauntlet, the big winner for the enemies this seed.
Alt Gauntlet claimed another.
Exenteth in the chat asking why this is farewell, and that is because we are in the final week of the full gauntlet. The only people who have to play these flags after tonight are, well, me and Rivers here in the commentary booth. We got the finals coming, but it's just a way to close out the tournament, and next week move on to new and more varied flag sets for everyone on the communities.
Finding the Val. Oh, baby. It's too bad that we have got an Excal Cecil and it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah,
but that is a spicy location.
Would you like to buy a Val?
When do we play the races? We play the races Thursday at 10 Eastern, and Saturday and Sunday at 2 Eastern. Sunday only if required, obviously.
You sure you don't want to do a salty run back no matter what? I'll be like, one more game, please.
Hook it to my veins.
So Poidrek keeping that Tella knocked down. This fight becomes kind of trivial if you have enough casters who can break out blink and heal. Also, I thought Leonhard already did this. Did Leonhard reset after getting the ninja shirt and hadn't saved? Uh-oh.
Well, he does have a level 51 Cecil, so not going to have a whole lot of problems, let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Thank you, chat. He actually hadn't done it. We saw him flying away from the cave earlier, but he actually hadn't gotten the goods yet.
In our defense, it's a lot harder to keep up with 4 people than 2.
Oh yeah, we like getting everyone a little spotlight time here on the community races, but you definitely miss a little bit of the nuance when you have a full field to keep up with. Yeah, Poidrek showing the tried and true method of dealing with Val when you don't have a cane to break the jump, and sometimes when you do. Blink up, heal if you eat too many rays in a row, and chop through regardless of the tornado form.
It looks like K&H is going to be our first, our second runner, actually our first of the non-Poidrak to get to the Twin Harp, which means we're about to hear some more music. I wonder what it'll be.
Get your guesses in chat. Wait. This would be nor fair to the rest of everyone who didn't hear it the first time. Nor fair, you know, instead of Prince. Okay.
That comment was no fair.
Life Staff and Dragoon Mail, yeah, they're fine. Not what Poidrak wanted, though, not from sitting through a Val fight.
And we know that Miss Dragon's off the table, so not any extra incentive. I think though, like the longer that you drag through this, the more that you don't turn up the key items you're looking for, the more likely you are to dive as soon as you see one of them.
Yeah, because you also have in the back of your mind, what if my opponents go top down? They could definitely have had the levels at this point to do so. We had those sirens that everyone found those sirens. You know they got them. You know you have a Tella and a Fu, so everyone has access to all the levels they could dream of. You know justice is not the only right in this world. So what if your opponents have already found all the stuff they need at the top of the moon? You definitely start to panic.
Somebody once told me that justice was gonna roll me.
It ain't the only right in this world.
And only Artemis Eris here as we are commanded to shut up yet again for the encore music.
I think people are commanding that of me anyway at this point, but yes, you are correct.
So yes, for those of you who missed it, the D-Lunars are required, and they are here. Poidrak meeting the sisters for lunch at the Mazamune spot.
Sorry, I'm just. Poor Commander Leonhardt having such chocobo troubles. Why do I not have a clip button? I need a clip button. Someone please get Commander Leonhardt trying to chase down that black chocobo. I need it. I need it so bad.
K&H through the lunar fight will receive her Darkness Crystal. Poidrak letting the X-Cal Cecil beat up on pretty much everything on the moon, let's be honest, but in this case, the Mega Sisters. Love to bounce Cure 4 onto Sandy.
I love to see Poidrak using every opportunity to cast Meteo this seed. Magus Sisters down at the Ogo spot. Well, at least you know you don't have to come back to the bottom of the moon after you finish off the Wyvern spot.
Thanks for the hike. Have this. Probably also worth noting, it is an hour 35 into the seed, but we still do not have a finisher yet.
Yeah, it's been again, it was remarkably linear. We did have a Magma Key start, but so much of the blue planet was required that everyone just kind of had to crisscross their routes, and yeah, pretty interesting. It's going to come down really to how the moon works out here. If Poidrak doesn't find any value here at the Wyvern spot, anyone who does top down is in much better shape here. The pass he got helps, but it's still a lot of unnecessary fights that he's been taking.
I get top down, and I get up again. Never gonna keep me down. Only a Yang, so a karate, technically. Diesel should be able to take care of this one easily, like he has everything else on the moon.
You mean Cecil with an Excalibur takes care of things? What? Yes, ouch. That is the word of the day for everyone that has gotten in Poidrak's way.
And Poidrak, from the bottom of the moon, has a pass and a package.
Okay, so it's going to be real funny when that package is the only Palom and there's no other reason to have come to the bottom of the moon.
It's going to be real funny when Palom was a giant and there was no reason to go to the bottom of the moon.
Yeah, so bottom of moon, possibly haunted still. I mean, yeah, you never hate to see the pass. It makes you feel a little better. Your levels mean you'll have an even easier time at the Zeromus fight, but you're definitely sweating when you clear all 4 of those boss spots and don't find actual progression.
Well, at least in this seed, you know that all of your opponents are having the same problems you are. Say that much.
Yeah, after the brackets match I had with PK, I've definitely taken to flipping a coin, rolling a die, doing anything of this sort when I go moon, rather than just my traditional always do bottom up play. I've learned my lesson. Definitely need to mix that up when you are in a 1v1 contest.
That, folks, will be called misinformation. That means he's going right to the bottom of Moon in game 1.
What? No, there's value in Cave Bahamut. I've been told.
Legends speak of it. That is a
Also-
nope. Hello.
Disgusting.
Now, have you met my friend Xcal Cecil? Because he does some work.
Yeah, Xcal Cecil definitely making life easy on everyone here, which is fine. It's fine.
Who needs, like, good strategy or whatever? Just Xcal Cecil when it's done.
Yeah, everyone's like, putting Foo on blast for making things easy. How about best weapon available is just an ogre axe? Can we get some more love for the best shop weapon? Okay, no. I can't even straight-facedly meme that. I'm sorry.
Cecil doing a mere 4,000 damage a swing at, 3158. He's probably in the 50s at this point.
Yeah, getting double XP from all these moon bosses, especially, ooh, well, there's that Baron key. Could still have a Pan in Cave Bahamut blocking everything, though. Brain, yes. Getting double XP in every single moon spot is so nice to round out those levels, of course. Admittedly, the plague spot wasn't that good, but also we've not had any fights here where there is reduced XP. Calbrain Nadal's already taken care of. We've not run into Golbez. A lot of those rude ones that it's like, sorry, you're only getting partial XP. Not on the moon today. Full XP all around.
Have you ever considered value in Cave Bahamut?
I have heard the legends, but, I did just mention that we've not seen Golbez. And I have a feeling that, it could be a situation where a lot of racers peek across that chasm to the left, see Big Brother hanging out there, and say, yeah, I'll come back.
Hi, I'm Rivers McCown for Cave Bahamut. Do you really want this? Because Golbez is going to test you. You don't want it. Okay. Don't accept the value. See if we care.
So everyone's going to finish the seat at the right time by virtue of everyone doing Golbez's very last thing. I'm kind of here for it.
Commander going to Giant.
Cheeky? And Rex and KNH both doing bottoms up here, so we know what they're going to find. Poitrak going to give us new info by heading to Baron Castle. No interest in fighting that Golbez, although I feel like Cecil with an X-Cal kind of motivates me a little bit there. Just a little bit.
You should have listened to that guy, Cecil. He told you that justice wasn't the only way. KNH in an awkward position where she doesn't really have many MP healing items.
Take another round in the Dark Knight. So Dark Knight, Cecil trying to catch up to the trying to catch up to the Fabul Gauntlet.
It's a 3-1 lead for the Gauntlet, right? That's what we had, 3?
I believe so. 3 good wipes. Poitrak the only one making it through the first attempt.
Justice is not the only way that you can beat the seed. Please go to Cave Bahamut. Goodbye. That's Baigan in the Giant first spot.
Oof. Very rude spot. So the element spot through in vanilla has a combined over 6 figures of HP. Portion of it allocated to the Mylon Ruby form, portion of it to the K-Not-So Val form. What this means here is that although the main body can't go over 65,000 HP, those arms, they can get quite a hefty HP inflation to where you're not going to be tearing them off with a single Quake or probably even a single Meteor, as thus illustrated. So honestly, one of the nastiest spots to find Baigan, let alone the physical attack that's coming out here.
Poidrak using a blizzard to take care of the soldiers there. That's what happens when you're level 50 and in the overworld.
Oh, and I was slightly wrong. So the arms do clock in just shy of 9,000 HP apiece, so a Meteo could take them out. But the problem is, while you're queuing up the Meteo, well, they're going chomp, chomp, chomp on your entire team.
So we did have a finisher. That was Dia with a time of 1:41:17.
Hey,
in first place.
GG's. Very well done by Dia. I have an inkling that she did not do bottoms up on the moon.
Blue, 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 blue.
Just a feeling I got.
And the shake and rattle and roll of Plague as it goes down. It also could just be that everything was behind Baron. That could work too.
Oh yeah. Although, I have praised Dia's gambling nature before. It could be that she saw that Golbez and thought, no one's going to want to fight this jerk. I got it.
Because that's a Palom.
Oh, that's a Palom. So, probably got that Palom. Probably didn't do Giant or go all the way to the bottom of the moon to get the package for a Palom. So, I think your predictions are probably just about right here. Maybe a pan to go with the child and then the pan to the pink tail?
Yeah, that could be. Or maybe it's the pink tail and then the pan's in the basement.
Yeah.
I like to keep my cookware in the basement.
Makes sense. So Poidrak now, using just 2 key items. Only spots left are this pot, whatever's in the basement, and that Golbez fight up in the Value Cave. And that pan opens up 2 more freebies. Something tells me he's not fighting that Odin spot.
Hi, I'm Ruz McCann for Cape Bahamut. Did you know that, statistically speaking, there's always value in Cape Bahamut in your heart? Thank you. So anyway, Poidrak following this chain, if he finds Pinktail along it, obviously he's in go mode, he's got the pass, he's not going to be bothered very much longer. If it's in the bottom of the Baron basement, then he also won't be bothered very much longer. And if it's at Cape Bahamut, then we'll all get to have a fun laugh together.
And wow, just simultaneous rude bosses being taken care of by our other 3 racers. That Dark Knight dishing out plenty of damage. Val at D Lunars, and Leonhardt does get through that Baigan fight. So rude fights abound for everyone else. Poidrak cleaning up here on the Earth. But that's just some Dragoon gloves.
A momentary raising of the hopes before Sheila dashes them, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting here just contemplating value, value, value. Making a cheeky little save here. I like this. There's one problem with it, though. You may think that you can turn in the pan to Sheila and then reset if she doesn't give you the pink tail. But Sheila wants that pan. She wants that pan so bad.
Team Wyverns.
They're burning up the court. Why burn? Why not burn?
And that is the pink tail. That means that Poidrak is in go mode, our first runner on stream.
Still gonna have to walk it over. What would be the most insult to injury item for Poidrak to get from turning that in?
How about some more Artemis arrows? We haven't seen enough of those yet.
Just a 3rd stack. Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like it. Everyone calling for the ninja swords. No Bahamut summon? Bahamut summon might be good. Oh my gosh, he got a crystal for it! That's really amazing. Wait. Wait for it. Alright, that's pretty good.
It's not bad.
We already had Kane's ultimate weapon, though. Gah.
So, Poydrak gonna wheel on over to Troya, use that pass, and chat, I think we should start contemplating the existence of several flag emotes.
That's right. Just like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we are asking, who's Lord Zed? Are we going to... Wait, no, that's not it. Rivers, help me out.
Whose butt is it anyway? Where the points are made up and the character sprites don't matter. There's a longer explanation that I think Bakushnev likes to give about how Zero Miss is too hard to move or whatever. I'm not going to say that one, but yeah, we randomized Zero Miss's sprite. Sometimes it's pretty cool. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I don't know who it is. Let's see what we're about to get.
Still no second place finisher yet, by the way. It's been a good almost 9 minutes since Dia finished. So Poydrak in shape to take the silver medal tonight. But gotta chew through this Z fight first.
Shouldn't have too much difficulty with this party. Gonna be a pretty quick fight, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
And kudos to Commander for taking out the entire giant.
But wait, Poydrak doesn't have a unicorn. How is he gonna... Oh. How are you going to narrowly miss your unicorn strats and have to do the second half of the fight without a unicorn?
Just use nuke. Hey, tele giant, just so everyone can see.
Leonhardt making the big gamble. Hey, I know this jerk. That is Zeke, well, kind of mistranslated as Tuvai in the US version, but Zeke Zwei in Wild Arms 1, a final boss who teaches you the important lesson that if an RPG gives you control back after you've killed the final boss, heal up.
Having never played Wild Arms, I just want to state that this sprite looks very bird-like to me. You've got the beak on the left and the eye, and then it's got, you know, some claws at the very bottom there.
It's actually significantly creepier than that, but I'll keep that secret for now. I will, however, praise Wild Arms as a very great PlayStation RPG with an amazing soundtrack that if you get a chance to play it, you should give it a go. It's really good.
There's bacon in it? Oh, Antidot made that joke already. Dang it.
So yeah, these Excal swings coming out for nearly 5,000 a pop. I don't think Poydrak's even bothering to reflect other spells based on what I saw. It looks like this is just the Cecil and Rosa show at this point. Oh no, Sid's swinging too. Now, okay, here come fine Poydrak. Here come more spells.
My PS1 RPG progression was Tactics to Parasite Eve to Chrono Cross to 9. And then I also had 8, but I decided that it was bad and didn't play it anymore. Anyway, go Commander Leonhardt.
Oh no, going bottoms up here. Gonna have a bad time. Yeah, for me, Wild Arms was the one I played when I got my PlayStation 1, and then I was either waiting for Final Fantasy VII to release or waiting for a specific date at which I was allowed to have it. I think I got my PS1 like start of 1 grade and knew I was getting Final Fantasy VII for Christmas, so Wild Arms was the RPG I rented nonstop to play until it was time. Got matching noodles over with KNH and Rex Roll. You know, they're one of the best commentators. Well, they're both amazing commentators at this game, and I love that they're pretty much neck and neck, going right through fight after fight here.
I'm sure that they are discussing all the different names that Ogopogo could have, and we'll get their best one after the run. So anyway, Poydrak's got this fight pretty much on lockdown. I mean,
that's swing with the
flashing
Excalibur.
Tell you that.
Yeah, and Poydrak did take second place overall with a 153.31, just sniping our third place finisher, Jeepus Zero, who had a 153.39. 8 seconds of difference. Poydrak bringing it in there. GG's out in chat. We'll see if we can get him in for an interview shortly.
And as far as our other runners right now, KNH and Rex, I think are both about to pick up the Baron key here, right? This was top of? Yeah.
Yes.
So they will both be in Gomit if they follow their hearts and not Cave Bahamut. And Commander, obviously behind after that giant dip, probably is going to take a little bit more time.
Yep. And in the meantime, we are joined by Poydrak. GG's. Good job taking the second in the community race tonight. Very well done.
Yeah, I'd like to shout back to my actual Fabul Gauntlet race there, which had the Baron key in exactly the same place, and I was pretty much last location that as well.
Well, I know you feel like you did some last locationing that seed, but to still come in second out of this pack after having done it, that just speaks to how good your execution was the entire way through. One thing I am wondering though, did you have some hopes for some meaningful choices once you had that starting magma key?
It would have been better instead of a Cecil and Teller, yes. But a Fu as third character isn't a bad thing, I suppose.
Rivers?
Yeah, did you enjoy the pale dim fight with with that party?
Drain is a spell. That's all I can say.
I said the exact same thing, actually. It's definitely a spell they put in the game.
It was doing, what, 300 to 350 damage each cast? That isn't bad, considering what other options I had. So, yeah. Drain is a spell. Use it if you got it.
That's that true drain value coming through for you in the seed. How do you feel about sniping Jeebus? Have you been sniped before? Do you?
Oh,
do you have any good stories about that?
I've been sniped plenty of times. I've been the snipee plenty of times. Jeebus, I actually want to give a bit of a shout out. He's to him actually, because he's a little bit of a newer runner, but he's been consistently getting top tier times. And actually getting in ahead of him at the moment is quite a task. So I'm happy to be a right there. Well, she's just way above a lot of runners that when she's on her game, and proved it again tonight. But Jeebus is definitely one to watch out for in the future. He's got a lot of good execution and a lot of good things coming for him.
Yeah, I was actually surprised he didn't make the brackets. And in fact, I think at one point I was looking in Newbie's Corner and there was some advanced discussion going on, and he was saying all these smart things. And I'm just like, how did you not make it? What happened?
In this,
he's definitely got a bright future. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just luck of the draw. The 5 random objectives can be mean at times, and they were consistently mean through some of those Swiss round Swiss round races.
All right. Do you have any closing statements? Anything you want to say to the fans watching on the Free Enterprise channel?
Well, enjoy the race. Enjoy the last few races of the Fabul Gauntlet this week. I'm sure our two commentators today will put on a fantastic show if they haven't been at each other's throats in this already. Other than that, yeah, enjoy either free enterprise content. Fantastic thing. Just keep going, and I'm just going to go and lay down for a bit now.
All right, thanks so much, Poydrak. Really appreciate all the work you've done too.
Yeah. Have a good evening, everyone.
GG's. Have a good night. That was Poydrak. Wonderful aid and help with the community. Does so much work coordinating our restreams and races, making sure they happen. So just a reminder, make sure you give all our runners tonight a follow. They're all really great at the game, all really active members of the community. And spread that love around for Enterprise community. We routinely say this is the best and friendliest randomizer community on Twitch. And these racers are just another one of those big reasons why.
And Rex Raul giving us the value in Cape Bahamut. It was an elixir. Golbez got him again.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Give us the message.
Validation text. Validation text.
Trading the elixir for a spoon. How are you going to take your medicine without the spoon, Rex?
Well, he's gonna throw it in the pan, obviously.
No, gotcha. We did have a few more finishers come in, by the way. Korek, another great racer who really has taken off these last few months here in Free Enterprise, came in fourth with a 154.43. Then Fleury, one of our semifinalists, tied for third in Fabul Gauntlet, got a 155.40. Zilch coming in just under 2 hours with a 159.14 in sixth place. GG's to all of them.
I won't spoil it because I know some people like to go back and watch these at their leisure. But if you haven't watched the Inven Fleury match 2, Fleury made a really bold gamble on that one. I really think you guys should check that one out. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I rewatched that race twice that night, and both times it just blew me away how amazing of a match it was. So, very well done. If you've not seen that VOD, you need to dig that one up.
So it looks like KNH is going to be our first to get into go mode after Poydrak's finish here on stream. Just needs to go finish up that pan check at Sheila, and she'll get the pink tail.
Yeah, Rex got a little waylaid by fighting Golbez. Value in Cape Bahamut tempts us all. Leonhardt got a little waylaid by going through the full giant, hoping to find a cheeky Palom there and take the lead, but was a little too late and did not actually get a Palom there. Hate to see it, and then doing Moon bottoms up means going to find that required Baron key getting everything in a few minutes from now. So KNH off to the races. She'll be getting into this Aromas fight pretty soon.
And I guess this is a good time to also give a shout out to Elias doing the tracking for us tonight. Elias the Panda has been on all these things, even to the point where when we had that little restream snafu for a minute there, he knew right where that hook was and where it came from. So definitely give him a follow, give him some hype. And of course, Dathis has been restreaming so much for the community lately, especially in the bracket rounds. So not just somebody who conjures vanilla things, also a pretty good guy, all things considered. So give him a follow as well.
And I realized that we apparently had Elias's old Twitch username there in the tracking list. We got that updated for you to make sure you can spread that love. Tracking's already a hard job, and using the old layout here and not having the wonderful objective buttons that we do in Fabul Gauntlet definitely makes it a little bit more of a task. So very well done tonight to the entire restream team.
All right, so I guess it's KNH's turn to kick a butt.
Oh yeah. Rex heading through Baron will have no problems with these fights. Leonhardt finally heading to the right location. Won't be too much longer for him either. couple more finishers. We did have Beer Nerd, another up-and-coming racer who also made it to the brackets phase and even knocked off one of the previous champions. Actually managed to beat Dusty Griff in what was a very, very great match to watch. Has taken 7th tonight, just over 2 hours with a 2-hour 29-second. And Baka Shinobi, who, well, didn't compete in the tournament, still showing his chops at the game tonight with an 8th place 202.59. GG's.
Scrub. This is what happens when you spend all your time punning.
Well, I imagine that, if he had spent the last 3 months playing this flag set over and over, we would have seen a little better, just a little bit.
Okay, fine. We'll give him some credit.
Just a little bit.
Good. He's a good guy. He's an admin. He helps out a lot. Blah, blah, blah. Forced to praise punters on stream. You hate to see it. And Rex is getting that plague shake on, so altogether, probably about 2 or 3 minutes behind K&H into the Zeramis fight. Commander finally fighting the thing he needs to fight, which is that Ogopoko guarding the Baron key.
Absolutely. So everyone's going to be bringing it home pretty soon here. Not a bad seed, I think, to bring us to a close with the gauntlet. Hopefully ours will be interesting in different ways this coming week. I don't think either you or I are really that just, okay, full clear the planet. That's what you're full clear it. Do it. But, we'll see what gets rolled for us.
Listen, I'm all for full clearing. I mean, I got that philosophy where, the more we do, the better I feel about myself. So,
I remember 2 years ago in Zima Zone 1 when you were all, you gotta give action to get action, and now you're over here talking about a hundo. What has happened?
What happened was I did a hundo against Flurry in the 3rd round and won to like 25 minutes. And that really empowered me to depths that it probably shouldn't have.
Oh. A mutual friend of ours, who I won't call his name out on stream, another friend was asking, how do you like to study when you're facing off against a new opponent? And his response was, I like to look at their worst possible match and count every mistake they do and go in overconfident. So, yeah, that's something that works when racing against you.
Hey, I made plenty of mistakes this last week. They're all on the tape.
Leonhardt not falling for that Cave Bahamut bait. Gonna be following the right path now. K&H clearing on through here.
Chad asking if this was a required 17 of 17. Probably not. Probably not required, but
the package wasn't required. Everything else, though, yeah, actually, right?
I mean, you only really had to do what? Top of tower, have the earth chain.
No, both parts of tower. One led to legend, one led to admin.
No, I'm saying top of tower, also the earth chain, also the Luca to twin harp chain. Right? Like there were a couple that you probably didn't have to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Rat Tail gave, what was it, more Artieros, so yeah. Package, Sand Ruby, and Rat Tail, not required. Okay.
Anyway, K&H naming most of her characters after FF5, it appears like, and having no issues with the Zeramis at the obscene levels that she accumulated on the moon.
Yeah, did a good little siren grind early on, and then of course when you clear moon bosses on top of that, you get a little power overwhelming going on.
Yeah, pretty much everybody who finishes the seed. I think I don't. There may have been issues with the seed, but grinding was not one of them.
Yeah, that is one of those big things that really, even if it's not required, can motivate people to make that K'Kol shop check on the S Pro flags. If there's Bacchus wine, sirens, sometimes hourglasses there, just creates so many additional options for you on the grind front that the value is hard to escape.
And that is the flash for Kinda Nerdy Housewife GG, finishing with a a race spot time of 2:08.24.
GG has taken second place out of the featured racers, and I believe that puts her top half overall tonight, so very well done. And with that, we are joined by Kinda Nerdy Housewife, GG KNH.
Thank you. Well, that was an interesting seed.
17 out of 17 much, right?
Yeah. I definitely made some bad plays early on. Some of those early fights took me a long time.
Yeah, we particularly enjoyed your Mylon versus Tella standoff.
Yeah, why can't he recall a fire spell when I need it?
Yeah, okay. Well, 2 stones and a week was it against
Yes.
Demas? No, we memed that as well. Yeah, we did a good job of not to pat ourselves on the back too much. We did a good job. But how are you feeling about everything else that transpired? Talk about the top of tower too, the all gauntlet.
Oh yeah. That just went south pretty quickly. I should have probably tried again after I failed it the first time, but I was so frustrated. I'm like, I'll just walk back down, get a few levels, and then come back up. I couldn't remember what chimeras were weak to.
That is one of the fun things about that flag being added in. You get a gauntlet in a random spot with a team that you know, even if you have all the tools at your disposal, it's like, wait, I have not fought you in 20 years? I need some help, please. Thank you.
Yeah. The alerts I've had before. So, I deal with them, but then the other ones I'm like, what's this week too? And then actually I think the most frustrating thing in the whole seed is I went to Eblin Cave. I got Fu, and then I did a couple of easy boss fights and he got some level 3 elemental spells. I'm like, okay, I'll just head up Ordeals now. I'll be able to take out anything with a level 3 elemental spell. And then Pale Dim was there. So the only non-elemental spell I had was Drain.
Yeah, we were talking to Poydrak about that earlier, and as he so eloquently put it, Drain is definitely a spell.
Hey, 300 damage was better than the 46 Cecil was doing.
Yeah, pretty spicy fight there.
After that rough start, though, it got pretty easy. It was just getting through those first 5 or so fights.
Yeah, and I mean, pretty much everybody we had on stream did like everything pretty much in the overworld. I don't think anybody skipped anything. I mean, I don't think you would want to skip anything when there's a rat tail to turn in and you're 3 items share of Komodo still.
Yeah.
So
yep,
go ahead.
I was doing the math. I'm like, okay, I could try Bahamut Cave, but then I'm like, that Baron Key itself is 2 key item checks. And then I was hoping Palem would be there so I wouldn't have to go in the Giant to get Palem. I was so glad there was a Palem not in the Giant.
Yeah, we did have Commander Leonhard do that on stream, and it was just a Tella there, as well as a Tella package. So that was the only Palem in the seed.
It was a fun one, though. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a question I was going to ask. Like, I know that you've helped out a lot with the restream team and everything. Have you had a chance to play a lot of these bracket flags yourself? And if so, how did tonight's seed really compare or contrast with some of the other ones you played?
I haven't had too much chance to play the bracket seeds. I think this one was pretty nice because we were just flooded with white magic. It's always tough when you don't have a white mage, and plus we got the Cecil, and you got a light sword when you went to make him a paladin, so that was a big boost. So it's definitely kinder than a lot of the bracket seeds I've seen, both watching and commentating.
Well, thank you very much for joining us in this in the booth for this interview. You have any final thoughts, parting thoughts about the seed, or anything else for Enterprise?
Nope, that's it for me. Thanks for having me, and I guess that's it. So good night.
Thanks so much. Good night.
Have a good night.
While our attentions were turned to Ken Nerdy Housewife and her 9th place finish, GG's, we've got Rex Raoul in the Zermus fight and Commander Leonhardt not far behind.
I was a little sad that Commander Leonhardt could not fly that well underground for maximum swagaliciousness. Having to swap back to the Enterprise for at least these turn-ins, but we won't be far behind.
We've got a 10th place finisher and Twisted Flax with a time of 2:09.45.
All coming in now. The one of those situations where, again, everyone's so much funneled. The big split was probably what you did once you got that Darkness Crystal. Top down versus bottom up. And of course, everyone has hiccups in the early part of the seed too, but everyone just got funneled down the same path this seed. It was pretty interesting in that regard.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to play that any other way, I feel like. Like, you could you definitely could willingly skip things, but it's with so many key items still on the loose. It was definitely a very contrarian play, I put it that way.
Yeah, and just to go back over the objectives we had tonight, we had to return the pan to Sheila. That requires underground access, which we started with. You have to have the pan. So that's 2 key items right there already. Forge Legend Sword is 2 more. And then the Pink Tail, trading it in, well, if you had the Magma Key start, you have to get a hook and a Pink Tail too. So 6 key items versus a lot of the lesser amounts we've had. Definitely, yeah, made for a large completion percentage tonight.
Commander about to turn to that Pink Tail. He will be on go mode. Rex Roll finishing off the seed. GG's to Rex. Get the flash on the screen. We've got a time of 2:15.26 for Rex. And we'll see if we can get him in for an interview real quick.
And there we are. We are joined by Rex Raoul. Rex, value in Cape Bahamut. You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice little elixir we got there.
I mean,
Yeah.
what more could you ask for, right?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't ask for a pan or anything like that there, but yeah. What you gonna do?
Yeah, that was definitely a seed and a half for everybody. Pretty much just watching everybody clear the entire overworld on our side of things. How did you feel doing it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of felt the same way. The way that the gating of the items was, it kind of lent itself to doing everything. And the Cave Bahamut there was just, I didn't want to go back to the moon at all, so I'm going to do it now. And see Galva's there, I'm like, do I really want to do this? Well, I don't want to do it later. Let's just get it out of the way now. So.
And this was a question I asked K&H as well, that you've done a lot of really great work with the Restream team, helping out on commentary. Have you had a chance to actually play a lot of the bracket slags yourself? And if so, how did this one stack up to some of the others you've had to deal with, either ones you've seen or ones you've played?
I haven't done a ton of them. I also had some personal issues, and I took a few weeks off. But I've gotten to play a few of them, and I really like this flag set. I think it's like really challenging without being like scary like Catalyte or anything like that. So I really like that part of it. And this one, if this was one that was long, but I don't think it was necessarily difficult. The party that we were given with Rosa and Cecil and Fusia, you get Fusia pretty early in this. this seed. The characters are pretty easy. None of the bosses were too difficult. It was just having to slog through the entire seed in order to find what you need. That was the only thing. And I think anytime you see one of these, one of the objectives being the forge the crystal, it's like, oh, well, there's actually an extra objective in this one because you've got to get 2 different key items in order to do that, and they aren't like your traditional progression items like the hook, which could do multiple different things.
Yeah, pretty much everybody did the Adamant Legend. Got that complete first. Got the XCal online. What did you think about finding the sirens in that shop?
Well, I thought it was pretty nice, but I kind of thought, I was thinking at that point, like, I was pretty close to 10 key items, if I recall correctly. And I didn't want to, like, I only wanted to buy them once, and I bought a stack of 10. And I'm like, if Palom is on the moon, then I'm probably going to end up using him to get him up to speed and ditch Tella, and then I'll use Sid as the anchor and just reflect on Zirmus, with Cecil providing some smacking. But when it wasn't him there, I'm like, well, I'm probably not even going to use these sirens at all.
Yeah, sirens value kind of wane pretty quickly in this flag set. I'm finding for sure, especially when the gold dragon grind that was very very easy for much of past events. Those hourglasses might be walled off for you.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I mean the egg grind was definitely going to be available to us, and that's still a pretty good one when you get to 10 key items. But if you have to clear the moon, you're not going to need the sirens anyway, because those bosses up on the moon give you so much experience.
Yep, that'll do it too. Not exactly a bunch of easy bosses on the moon either. We saw some pretty brutal ones of Ogo and Val. Mega Sisters wasn't exactly free either.
No, I mean, all of them were a decent enough challenge, but we had a super powerful party, and I wasn't too scared. I don't think I took a reset on any of them, and that's pretty good for me.
Yeah, XCal Cecil's really nice to have, isn't it?
Yeah, XCal Cecil and a full-powered Fu with Rosa, and I was using Rosa with the heroine robe that whole time, so she could get that berserk on Cecil right away every single time. So
I think you were the only racer to get that, and I was very excited between that heroine robe, the Artemis arrows, and of course Elven Bows being for Cell Underground. I was a little disappointed to see Fu, because I was really hoping for y'all to have to lean hard into the Rosa carry, especially the Zerking Rosa carry. But have a Fu, take a Fu, have a good time.
Yeah, if there wasn't a Fu, yeah, Rosa would be a lot more, well, varied in what she was doing from fight to fight. In this case, it was just really easy to just have her up Berserk's Excal Cecil. Berserking Excalibur Cecil always seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I can't think of many times that's backfired for sure. But thank you so much for agreeing to be featured, and of course for all the work you've done over the course of Bull Gauntlet. You've been a big part of success-wise the Restream team, and getting all these matches up and in. And just thank you so much, and GG's again.
Hey, well, thanks for letting me a part of it too. So I appreciate that, and also big shout-outs to Dia. She crushed it this race.
Yeah, she sure did, didn't she?
All right, well, take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks, Rex.
Take care, Rex. And
all right, Commander Leonhardt in the fight.
we are bringing it down here. Yeah.
4,500 HP on the Cecil. 3,240 on the Rosa.
Yeah, full cleared Giant.
Man.
Yeah, burned a bunch of Sirens before doing Sealed Cave. Full cleared Giant, and then cleared out nearly the entire moon. So very strong. Chat pointing out that made this hike even with the pass. Did get that blank text box glitch during at the fight that yielded the pass. So may not have realized that was in his inventory, but hey, it gave us some good quality time picking Rex Raoul's Mun. And yeah, this team is looking like it's having a real good time. at this Zcomas fight. So, one quick reminder for everyone, Rivers, our matches begin Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, then Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern as required, right?
Thanks. I'm going to go write those down.
It might be a good thing.
I'd almost forgotten.
We're both going to be like, oh, what?
I will say, I really hope that we don't have any seeds that take 2+ hours. Those are the nerve-wracking ones.
Agreed. Absolutely. Just that everything that you check even past like the 80-minute mark on these seeds when you're doing 1v1, the panic sets in. Like, oh no, what have I missed? What is happening?
Am I behind? I think I'm behind. Am I behind? I'm behind. I'm behind. Oh no. Oh, I'm behind. I'm still behind. Oh no, I won. Oh, well, how'd that happen?
And we see rocks falling for Leonhardt. That is a couple of 4,500 swings from Cecil, and Zcomas is down, coming in 14th place with a 223.52. We'll see if we can get Commander Leonhardt in here for an interview in just a moment.
And while we do that, we had BG Rich finishing 12th with 217.49 done, and Big Glue 13th with a 221.48.
And right there, we are joined by Commander Leonhardt. GG's Commander Leonhardt. You may have your mic muted. We're not seeing any lighting up activity on your end. And right there, we are joined by Commander Leonhardt. GG's Commander Leonhardt. Well, while Leonhardt figures out microphone issues, we also have a 15th place finish by Gundam Pilot Spaz with a 224.43. Leonhardt, any luck with that microphone there, sir? Voice chat. We thought inventory management was the true final boss, but it might be Discord instead.
Discord definitely wiped me a couple times today.
Well, it looks like Commander Leonhardt is offering to forego the interview tonight. We'll see if we can get this sorted out before they are featured again, just to make sure that we can get it handled. In the meantime, though, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. GG's to all our featured runners. Make sure you give them a follow. GG's to the comms team for taking care of business tonight. Rivers, always a pleasure working with you, sir.
Shove it, I hate you. You're going down. Shove it, hate you. Going down. No, you're great.
Love you too, buddy. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this one little final community homage. Oh wait, do we have a Leonhardt?
We do have a Leonhardt. I had silenced my computer. Forgot.
Well, hey, GG's. So, what is your least favorite kind of chocobo?
A black chocobo. How did you guess?
We got multiple clips of you chasing that one down. Good 15 seconds there. It was the highlight of my night. I'm sorry. We've all had an NPC.
It's all good, man.
Mess us over at some point, whether blocking us in a town, the Kaipo item shop lady, everyone knows her. But who knew that these wily little flying chocobos would be your greatest foe tonight?
You know, you learn something new every time you run this, and today I learned the bane of an overexcited black chocobo.
Other than that, thank you for making the giant gamble. Rivers and I were talking about that play when the Darkness Crystal came out. We were hoping to see someone make it, hoping for a cheeky Palom there. What do you think about those bosses that you ran into on your way through, though?
Well, Wyvern at CPU is definitely rude, and Bigon at Elements is nothing to sneeze at either, but my main thought was that I'm already starting to feel overqualified for Zeromus, and I'm hoping to find a quick character, and Giant was relatively open-ish.
Yep, that giant was something we talked about quite often early in the restream, and kind of was like leaning that way as we saw everybody, get up there, get to the moon, and unfortunately just wound up being a wrong turn for you. But still was a lot of fun to watch you for sure.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Well, GG's again. Any other thoughts on the seed tonight before we wrap things up?
Just thank you all for doing the commentary, Inven and Rivers. Athos, Elias, thanks for taking care of everything behind the scenes. Everyone, give them a follow. You don't have people like this, we don't get to do races for you. So show them some support.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
GG's again.
Thanks.
And with that, it looks like we are going to be wrapping up and throwing it over to Tybalt 2010, who may or may not be playing for Enterprise. Sounds like probably is.
It's a pretty good game. I've heard good things about
Eh.
So Rivers, again, go to heck. Hope you have a miserable week. Looking forward to having a terrible time with now. It's been a pleasure, my friend. I'm looking forward to our matches this week. And yeah, it's been a blast this entire tournament. Thanks for all the work you put into it.
Damn it, ugly. I mean, thanks.
We'll be here all week. All right. Love y'all, chat. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch you later this week in our match Thursday night.